Hi, I'm Robert Estrin here at livingpianos.com. Today's subject, what is the difference between a composition and an arrangement? Well, a composition is something written for a specific instrument or group of instruments. An arrangement is something that was originally written for one instrument or instruments and then arranged for another group of instruments or solo instrument. So, why is this important? Well, the approach to a composition compared to the approach to an arrangement are markedly different. Generally speaking, compositions, if you're going to take the time to learn them, you should learn them precisely as they're written because every note matters. Whereas an arrangement, a lot of times there are many different arrangements of the same thing, and one isn't necessarily better than another. Now, there are exceptions. There are some absolutely brilliant transcriptions. Transcriptions are a distinction in that they are generally compositional takeoffs of different arrangements for another instrument that are in themselves compositions. Examples of that, Busoni took Bach's Chaconne, written for solo violin, and made a stupendous piano piece out of it. That is a piece that really should be played just as Busoni wrote it. Interestingly, though, there are other arrangements or transcriptions of that same Bach violin partita that other composers wrote. So, good example. A lot of times people will say to me, oh, can you play Beethoven's Fifth Symphony? Or something of that nature. And I say, well, actually, that's written for a symphony orchestra. So, what's the point? Well, maybe people want to hear it, but how do you play such a thing? For students, I think it's important to learn original piano pieces because piano is one of the few instruments that has such a vast repertoire that even on the most beginning level, there are great original compositions by Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, and others that are on an elementary enough level that it's not necessary to play a watered down, simplified arrangement of some massive orchestral work or ballet. So, know what it is you're playing. If it's an arrangement, I believe you have creative license to either simplify it or to embellish upon it, because there isn't one way that Beethoven's Fifth Symphony should be played on the piano, and yet Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata or other compositions absolutely should be played faithful to the original, because who could possibly improve upon a Beethoven composition? So that's the distinction for you. I welcome all your questions about this or any other subject here at livingpianos.com. Thanks for joining me, Robert Estrin.